मेरे दो सवाल हैं। जिस तरह से हमने देखा है LVM-3 का परफॉर्मेंस, वन वेव का हमने जो सीरीज के जो सेटेलाइट 2 बार लॉन्च किए और उसके बाद आज जो हमने देखा, तो गगनयान मिशन के लिहाज से कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि हमको उसके लिए LVM-3 ह्यूमन रेटेड चाहिए, तो उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में इस लॉन्च को आप कैसे देख रहे हैं? और दूसरा, अगर 2-3 माइलस्टोन बता दें, ये लाइन किस दिन होगा, LOI किस दिन होगा, और लैंडर की सेल्फी हमें कितने देर के बाद मिल जाएगी?
मैं आंसर करूं? तो आपने सुना होगा कि हमारे मिशन डायरेक्टर ने इसी बात में कुछ बात बताया था उनके एड्रेस में कि LVM-3 अभी छोटा छोटा हम कदम ले रहे हैं कि ह्यूमन रेटिंग करने का। आज का ये S200 है जो ह्यूमन अभी भी ह्यूमन रेटेड है। L110 इंजन जिस टाइम लॉन्च में ह्यूमन रेटेड हो गया है, और कई चेंजेस हो रहे हैं इस रॉकेट में ह्यूमन रेटिंग की तरफ आगे बढ़ाने का। तो एक दिन जो हम और गगनयान का पहला अनमैन मिशन जो होगा, उसी समय ये रॉकेट पूरी तरह ह्यूमन रेटेड होगा। तो ये हम छोटा छोटा कदम ले रहे हैं। अच्छा, और आपका दूसरा क्वेश्चन जो है कि ये लॉन्चिंग के बारे में है। चंद्रयान का भी अर्थ बाउंड ग्रेविटी ऑर्बिट से मून तक जाएगा। ये होगा 1 अगस्त को। 1 August विल बी द ट्रांसलूनर इंजेक्शन गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस as per the nominal program. So we will have 4 earthbound maneuvers. After that it will have the lunar injection on 1st August. After that it will be captured in moon. Then it will become our orbit propulsion module, lander module separation will happen on 17th of August. So final powered descent and landing is currently planned on 23rd August at 5:47 Indian Standard Time evening. So that is the current, everything goes normal from today to landing, that is the schedule. Okay? Thank you.
Sir, first of all, congratulations to you. Continue. Sir, first of all, many congratulations to you and huge funding of TV9 Bharatvarsh. My question is that after a successful launch, what is the challenges for next level? The soft landing is for you a primary concern or anything else?
See, before launch our primary concern was to reach it in the right orbit. Anyway, that concern is now over. Okay, so further concern starts. So further concerns are then we have to slowly raise it to the moon-bound orbit. That will happen in next four burns, which are scheduled. Then, as you know, it has to capture the moon. If it doesn't capture, moon mission is not there. So our calculation, I hope it will all be all right and it will be captured on moon. Then it will be an elliptical orbit. Then it has to be a 100-kilometer circular orbit. That's another 3-4 maneuvers. Then on the designated day, it has to reduce from 100 km to 30 km and then land on the moon precisely, soft landing. So all these regimes are equally critical. I don't think the landing alone is not critical. Every step is critical. So we wait for the next 42 days of work. Please watch us. We will update you on every step what we are going to do, whether it is successful or we have a problem. You will come to know. Thank you.
Dr. Somanath?
Yeah.
Dr. Somanath?
Please continue.
Yeah, Dr. Somanath, मैं हूँ जीनियस से। मेरा सवाल इस चीज को लेकर है कि 4 साल के अंदर आपने अपनी असफलता को सफलता में बदलने की पूरी चेक तैयार की, उसमें आपकी टीम का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। अगर आप बता सकें कैसे इसरो ने इस चीज का रिजॉल्व लिया कि चंद्रयान-3 लॉन्च होगा और किस तरीके से वो मिशन जो है वो आगे बढ़ा, अगर आप टाइमलाइन बता सकें।
ये तो बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है। हमारे 4 वर्ष का काम हम 4 मिनट में बताना है तो बढ़िया कष्ट होगा। तो मैं ये सिर्फ यह कहूँगा कि देयर वाज ए फेलियर फॉर अस। So what you decided, find out what went wrong. First step, that took almost 1 year. Second step, what you can do, corrections are required to make it better. Then we looked at what more can go wrong. और कुछ भी problems है hidden रहते हैं उसमें, तो वो सब we brought out through reviews, testing, etc. Then the third year was all testing. We went on so many tests. which was not done last time. And final year was final assembly and preparation. So it was a period of very great extent of work, reviews, mental agonies, specimens, new equipments were realized, entire design was redone, software re-verified. We brought so many people to review our designs once again, and we did hundreds of tests last 2 years to prove that it is good today to go for launch. So it has been a big journey for the team. I have to congratulate the team sitting here, not me. There is a big team, thousands of people. I think we have to, maybe after this we will introduce them.
Yeah, but I think Somanath is being very modest. It is not a failure. I mean, it would not be fair to say it was a failure, because if you go even statistically, most of the countries have not been able to successfully land in the first attempt. So, going by that comparative analysis, we are statistically better off than all the other countries. Our record of landing in the first attempt or in the second attempt, many others have landed successfully or absolutely only in the third or the fourth attempt. Having said that, it was also not a failure, because in the last 12 kilometers you had some shortcomings which did not live up to your expectation. Actually, your expectation level was very high. You wanted to accomplish through that mission many things which possibly you could have kept off for the next mission, which did not happen. So it did not, the agenda envisaged by us could not get accomplished in its totality. So that was kind of a disappointment. But our lander is there, machine reached there,
Orbiter is still
there. So it's just like that. You board a vehicle or a transport bus. It takes you to the destination. It reaches there, but there is a jhatka in the brake, as you sometimes find in the landing of the aircrafts. So it's not a failure, but it fell short of our envisaged agenda, which now they have not only supplemented, and that is with every case. Even if it was successful from our point of view, we would have still learned from it, because even the successful mission gives you a hint about certain pitfalls, which you realize, okay, this went off well, but it should have not been like that. I could have done it this way. So every successive mission is an improvement of the earlier mission. And here you also had certain buffer components brought in, as Somanath ji is saying.
I will also request you to look at the tweets of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. He has given tweets on Chandrayaan-1, what it brought out, what was accomplishment of Chandrayaan-1. He also brought out tweet on Chandrayaan-2, what are the scientific outcome, the accomplishment of Chandrayaan-2, and also hope that Chandrayaan-3 will go well. Kindly look at his last 2 days of tweets. He has brought out it very well. Thank you.
Primary objective of the mission is to demonstrate a soft landing. But still, I would like to know from you, what were the thought process that went behind the choice of experiments that these instruments do? Why these experiments?
No, that is an essential part of any mission. Experiments are
different experiments. You have a suite of experiments to do. Why did you choose these three?
See, experiments are chosen based on scientific objectives.
Yeah.
We have a scientific team headed by one of our former chairman who looks at it. And in beginning of Chandrayaan program, there was a scientific goal set. What you want to find out, what is unique that you can find out, what others have not done. And that is how we found out water on the moon on Chandrayaan-1. Because
in a way, not only is this mission comparatively better than many other missions by the other countries, also it is totally indigenous. And as we mentioned, Chandrayaan-1, though they may have landed before us, but the discovery of water on the surface of the moon was brought by Chandrayaan-1. Now this is going to go one step further, more so because it's landing on the south polar area,
correct,
where you have different kinds of craters and all. So it's just moving from one level to the other level.
See, yes.
We all know how the Prime Minister is interested in this space visit. Did the Prime Minister speak to you guys after the successful launch?
No, he's abroad, he's treated, and
is he going to be there on 23rd when the landing happens?
that will work out. But of course, I have no hesitation to say that all this has been possible also because there's a huge lot of individual indulgence by Prime Minister Modi. This whole ecosystem has developed because in the last 4-5 years, beginning from opening the space sector to the private players, then putting in place an interface called InSpace to deal with the private sector, to coordinate with the private sector, then putting up a PSU called New Space India Limited. So all this is an ecosystem which has supplemented the resources, both human resources as well as financial resources. Now the 140 odd startups, private startups who are working over here in collaboration with ISRO are also actually contributing, both human resource wise, because there's a huge lot of young talent happening there. So it's an ecosystem which has made this task easier. And that's also because the Prime Minister Modi is always been forthcoming as far as our experiments and missions are concerned.
One second.
Madam, yeah.
You have to use the mic, otherwise we can't hear.
Take mic.
I said congratulations to you and your team, but I'm a bit confused about this. Why did you not have a full-fledged orbiter this time? Is propulsion module, is spacecraft, and I'm a bit confused about it. And the second question is, what is the progress you have made on human spaceflight program?
Okay, we will limit to the Chandrayaan-3 today. Okay, on the orbiter I will answer. Orbiter is still there. Orbiter is orbital.
That is what we were saying in response to the earlier, what you said.
See, the orbiter had scientific experiments last time. This time it doesn't have scientific experiment, but we added one towards the last time. So it doesn't have a function of being in orbit and do any active function. That's why we don't call it orbiter. And it doesn't have a relay function as we have envisaged last time for communication. So our Chandrayaan-2 orbiter is going to do that function. So in view of this, there is no need of really an orbiter. We need only a propulsion module to reach up to the moon. Hence, there is a need of... So I believe your confusion on that topic is over.
The focus this time is on in situ experiments on the surface of the moon. And therefore, the agenda is set like that.
Agenda is different.
Madam. One minute.
You have to use mic.
Mic.
Sir, I am Srinivas from ABP News, and I have seen the confidence on you people. I thought to give you congratulations for now only for 23rd of August. It seems that we are going to land softly this time.
Okay, let us all clap.
You see, if you recall my words, I said confidence they have inherited as legacy. If you see the pictures of Sarabhai carrying launcher vehicle on the carriage of a bicycle with no resource available, and people like you and me singing nursery rhymes sitting home, Chanda Mama Dur ke, and USA preparing to land on the surface of the moon. It is early 60s. They are already preparing. Apollo series have started. So the huge lot of confidence is there, but what is appreciable is that it is not a misplaced confidence. The confidence coming out of substance and the acumen that is inherent to our Indian talent.
Sir, if I may now, I am going a little further. Just 2 days before, I have seen a tweet of ISRO where you have invited private players for TOT, transport technology. What exactly it is?
Can I ask our InSpace Chairman, Dr. Pawan Kumar Goenka to answer?
You can come there. Sir.
Can you answer?
Mic. 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute.
No, he's saying the transfer technology, Goenka. Pawan, Mr. Pawan, about saying the startups in the transfer technology, how would you accommodate them? That's what he was asking.
See, ISRO has a treasure of technologies. And as these startups are coming up, it makes a lot of sense for them to not redevelop the technologies. And ISRO can transfer technologies to startups, and startups will take it and take it forward. And ISRO right now is very aggressively identifying technologies that they will transfer. And InSpace is only facilitating the technology transfer. All the technologies will come from ISRO.
Okay, yeah.
Madam.
For space. In this mission,
No, the space is open for private sector. Not the private sector is open for space.